John Frederick, he's America's Godzilla of truth. All week long, he's world-renowned for his proficient proclivity to prophesy the people's political picks with pinpoint precision.
Yeah, baby.
Then on the weekends, he gets with the guys that are pretty wise, and Godzilla wins. Godzilla wins, the sports picking show for winning dough. Money lines, parlays, over-under, the best plays. You choose the game, Godzilla picks the winners. Get expert analysis, exclusive insights, and have a little fun. When the game is on your mind and money's on the line, Godzilla Wins is your guide to picking winners. Godzilla Wins on the screens of your TV and favorite devices, commanding radio airwaves far and wide. Before you make that play, hear what the Godzilla crew has to say. Presented by West Virginia SportsNation.com, it's time for Godzilla Wins, all across the John Fredericks Media Network. Oh yeah.
For entertainment purposes only.
Welcome, everybody, to Godzilla Wins, another edition. We are the best damn sports picks and analysis show that you are going to find anywhere, anytime, any place, live every Saturday, 9 to 11 a.m. right here in the John Fredericks Media Network. Now, there's so many places to find us. You don't want to miss any of them. Well, you can go to your smart TV. We're in Roku. We're in Fire Stick. We're on Apple TV. All you have to do is download our app. Just go to the download page, put in my name, John Fredericks, boom, the app comes up, hit that, and you are good to go on your smart TV. You can also get us on any of your electronic devices if you want the video, jfmn.tv, jfmn.tv. And you can also get us on Getter Live, YouTube Live, Rumble Live, X Live, all of our 23 radio stations across the Mid-Atlantic from West Virginia to Atlanta. Thank you, WMLB in Atlanta, AM 1690. Thanks for being with us today. And, of course, all of the plethora, the cornucopia of our apps that are tied to our radio show. So there's so many ways to get us. Don't miss a week of this. This is the best show on sports you are ever going to find in your life, ever. And we got our panel ready to go now. Mitch Rogers, our normal host. I'm filling in for him. Mitch is coaching soccer for his daughters. And as the soccer season winds itself out, Mitch doing the good dad thing, coaching soccer. And what was the line, Vince, in The Godfather, right? Remember the line when Sonny got out of line and Marlon Brando, the Godfather, yelled at him and said, "Hey, what are you doing? A real man spends time and takes care of his family." Remember that line?
I do, but I thought you were going to refer to leave the gun, grab the cannoli.
It's my second favorite line. That's like our show. That should be the motto. Al, that should be our opening motto, Al. Grab that. Al Green, our Godzilla Wins producer, drives in from, where do you live now, Al? Hampton or something? Drives in every Saturday, helps us out, and he is the king of Godzilla Wins. But Al, get that clip for us. We can play that at every opening. Leave the gun, take the cannoli. That should be our opening for this show. It's good to have everybody with us. We've got Coach, the old ball coach, because that's what he is. He's the old ball coach. Vince Mayako is with us, a baseball coach, Taft College, Bakersfield, one of the best JUCOs you're going to find out there in baseball, and he's with us from the left coast.
Hey, John, I think Steve Spurrier has a trademark on the old ball coach, though. But.
I just gave it to you. Right. I mean, we could do what we want here on Godzilla Wins until we get a cease and desist letter. I told that to somebody. What did we do the other day? We pirated that debate. There was a debate in Virginia between the two gubernatorial candidates. And so we pirated the whole thing from like Wavy TV or something. And Coleman was like, well, we got to run their logo. I'm like, yeah, just put their logo up. Worst thing they're going to do is send me a cease and desist like 2 weeks after the debate's over. That's like the worst we're going to get. So, we'll wait for the cease and desist letter. Brendan Statler with us, straddles both companies, writer for WVSN. And Brendan also works for Pasqua in the sales office in Fairmont, West Virginia, part of WV The Torch. Logan Powell, longtime senior contributor and writer and college football writer for WVSportsNation.com, WVSportsNation.com. And Matthew Lumsden is with us. Matthew is a professional gambler. That's what he does for a living. He bets things and wins, and it's very difficult to do that. But he's been doing it for some time. Very good at what he do. Former D1 Power 4 baseball player at Clemson University, and love the fact that he's got his Blue Jays hat on today, because when the Yankees got eliminated, I got to tell you guys, I must have laughed for an hour and a half. I just couldn't stop laughing. I hate the Yankees. I laughed my ass off. All that money they spent, and they can't even get out of the second round of the playoffs. And then getting beat by a division rival was even better. Anyway, this is a sports and analysis show. We're going to give you our picks. If you decide to make wagers, please do that responsibly. And if you or someone you know has a gambling problem, you can just call 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER. And remember that our picks are for entertainment purposes only, although all of us on the show do gamble ourselves, but we gamble responsibly. And think about, if you go to the DraftKings app, you got to get the money in there in order to bet it. It's a little, or you go to the casino, you got to give them cash, not like the old days where you called your bookmaker up and ran a tab, and then if you had a bad weekend and then Monday was a disaster, you have to take a second mortgage out of your home. Been there, done that. Still here today, as Ann saved my life. Everybody knows that. Okay, where were we? This segment brought to you by WVSportsNation.com. WVSportsNation.com. This is the greatest sports site you're ever going to find. If you are interested in West Virginia University athletics, they got it all. They got rowing, they got golf, they got soccer, they got men's soccer, they got basketball, they've got volleyball. The volleyball team's doing good. They got it all, and football, obviously, and baseball. Right there. Go to WVSportsNation.com. WVSportsNation.com. You get all these guys, writers, and you're good to go. So, having said all that, it's already 9:08. Let's get to the show. That's got to be the longest intro in the history of man. Let's start with Matthew Lumsden. Do a little baseball. Matthew, you guys knocked out the greatest team that money can't buy.
Yeah, no, as a diehard Red Sox fan, a wise man once told me, you cheer for the Red Sox and you cheer for anybody playing the Yankees. So it was a good week for me. Vladdy went off. Love to see it. Big Papi mocking Derek Jeter and A-Rod on live television with the Yankees lose. I mean, yeah, it was cinema. Absolutely delightful to watch, and I'm glad they're gone.
Well, I also hate the Yankees, but I hate everybody, but I especially hate the Yankees. And the fact that you got the Yankees and the Mets, Vince, the two money teams, put the Dodgers in a box for a second. You got the two teams with the highest payrolls, Yankees and Mets by far. One of them doesn't even make an expanded playoff. They collapse at the end. The other one gets knocked out in the second round against a division rival. I mean, Vince, in baseball, there's got to be poetic justice here, Vince.
It is, and I truly understand where Matthew sits right now. I'm just the opposite. I'm the other version in the National League when Giants are my team, but when they're not playing, my favorite team is any team playing the Dodgers. So I can definitely relate to Matthew. Yeah, you guys mentioned David Ortiz on the I think it was the Fox post game where Yankees lose. On the other side of things, if you caught Pedro Martinez basically saying, Vladdy is your daddy. So I love that one. For all those years, fans mocked Pedro about who's your daddy. And we know now who the Yankees' daddy is. That would be Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
You can't make this stuff up now. I'm still sad that my team's out of it. And I have not really watched the game, but I did. Somebody sent me the clip of the Phillies reliever that threw to the wrong base to end the series. And I really felt bad for the guy because, I mean, you're a Major League Baseball player, but, you're on the biggest stage in the world. You're in an elimination game. The kid made a great pitch. Bases loaded. Tie score was the bottom of the 11th inning. He makes a great pitch. The guy hits a comebacker. I mean, that's what you dream for, right? All you got to do is pick the ball up and throw it to first, and you live for another inning. He bobbles it. He panics. He throws it home. He throws it over the catcher's head. Even after he bobbled it, he just had to pick it up and throw it to first. But we've all played ball. Dumb stuff. I mean, it's tough. I mean, he's very young. And what happened there, Vince? He bobbled it and froze. What happened?
Yeah, we saw a similar situation in the College World Series where Arkansas's All-American and I think Golden Spikes Award winner Aloy, routine double play ball that would have would have basically created a winner-take-all game the next night against LSU, and instead of turning two, he throws it to third base for a force out and LSU scores 2 runs. They leave the Razorbacks on the field, and that's how their season ended. And it was very similar to what we witnessed the other night.
And having played ball, Matthew, Vince and I did. You played ball. All of us here played ball. When I pitched, obviously, if there's nobody on, it's different. But if there's a guy on, I mean, the first thing that goes through your mind, even before the catcher calls the pitch, is if I get a comeback or where am I going, right? I mean, if I get a comeback or where am I going, right? If it's hit hard enough, guy on first is slow, maybe I catch him at second. I'll take a look. First and second, if the comebacker is toward third base, nobody's going to be there because the third baseman's coming in. But you got to know beforehand, right, Matthew, where are you going with the ball? And I'm not sure he did that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that's you ask anybody that played, I mean, that's common sense. Runners on base, their only job is find the outfielders, see where the defense is at so they can get a read. Every defender's got to go through situation. Balls hit to my left, to my right at me, hard, soft. Where are we going with it? What's the play? So, I mean, honestly, he knows that. I mean, I think he did it. I think it was just big time moment. He panicked. I mean, he had plenty of time, just had to regather, go straight to first. I mean, it was just panic. I think it was a in the moment thing. You saw just rushed himself, unfortunately made a bad throw. And if this happened on a Tuesday in April, nobody would say anything. But unfortunately, it ended their season. So it was just poor timing, but hate to see it happen.
Yeah, and the awful thing about it, Coach, is he made a great pitch to get the comeback. I mean, he made a great pitch, and the guy topped it. And so it's like, wow, great job to get out of this inning. And then that happens. Vince, what do you say to a young man? You're a coach like that. What do you say to this?
Yeah, I mean,
because he looks like a really nice young man.
I'm sure he is, and I'm sure he'll have a great career too. But the thing is, you win as a team as you lose as a team. I think in the team aspect of things, compared to golf or tennis, where all you can do you look in the mirror and that it's just you. But in a team sport, you win as a team and lose as a team. I'm sure there are a lot of hitters that could have looked back on that game. Man, if I would have got that 2-out knock, maybe we're forcing this to a game 5. We use, actually, myself and my staff, we use this as a teaching element with our team yesterday. We talked about that specific scenario, and we related it to, obviously, the College World Series and the Arkansas LSU game. As we talk about, and Matthew knows this, the pre-pitch process, right, Matt? Pre-pitch, and what you're going to do on a comeback, or what you're going to do if a ground ball's hit to your right side, just all those scenarios that you have to play through your mind prior to every pitch. And lo and behold, if you take one pre-pitch off, usually the baseball gods will find a way of finding the baseball hit in your direction. So, yeah, I mean, here we go. We got tonight, Game 5, Brewers Cubs, and it's a big one.
What do you guys think of that game, Logan?
Cubs are hot, and going in, I thought I really was hot on the Brewers, and they were honestly my World Series pick, not to win it, but go to the World Series. However, the Cubs are really hot right now, and I think if I'm picking tonight, I would go with the Cubs just because I mean they've stormed back and they've looked good, and the Brewers have not. So I think if you're just going based off what matters in the playoffs, and that's hot bats and really quality pitching, I would definitely lean towards the Cubs tonight.
Statler, what do you think tonight?
I have to agree with Logan. The Cubs have the momentum at the moment, but at the same time, the Brewers are playing at home right now in an elimination game. Most times you want to favor the home team, but I'm having a hard time picking against the Cubs right now.
Anybody want to weigh in here?
Well, I think you play the regular season not just to make the playoffs, but to get the highest seed you can, and with that comes an AL Central title that the Brewers won, and they won the Central going away, and you know from that whole perspective, we after game 2 we thought that the Brewers had this a stranglehold on this series, and now the Cubs win a couple at Wrigley, and now we've got a game 5, and we're maybe my heart more than my head in this scenario, but I'm rooting for the Brewers in this one.
I love Milwaukee tonight. I mean, I get the Cubs won the 2 games at home. I get they shut them out yesterday. I get they have the momentum. The Brewers, I think, have the best record in the major leagues. They got hot in the middle of the season. They're a very well-balanced team. They're very well coached. They go home. Very tough to win 3 in a row, right? I mean, if you just look at series, I have this thing. If a team is 0-2, right? If a team is 0-2 in a 3-game series, this is how I win betting baseball. I've done this forever. If a team is 0-2 on a Sunday, I bet the team that's 0-2. You're going to win 65% of the games. Doesn't matter who plays. Doesn't, except if it's the Rockies, obviously, and they win 40 games. You have to throw that out. But whether it's Miami or even if it's the Twins, something of that nature, Oakland, Sacramento, and it doesn't matter who's at home to me, because how many sweeps do you get in a season? If you do the math, it's like 22%. So if a team is 0-2, or no, it's under that. It's like 18%, I think. If a team is 0-2, you're going to bet the third team. Really tough to win 3 games in a row. I love Milwaukee. Mariners get past Scuba last night. What you guys think of that?
Well, 15 innings, right? And boy, Polanco, but in game 2, I believe, when they beat Scooble and he hit the 2 home runs, and then he gets the game-winning knock last night. This sets up for a very interesting ALCS, Blue Jays and Mariners. And I think this one has a lot of games, probably a minimum of 6. I think we're looking at here.
Let's go with our picks right now, and then we'll get to college football. In the series, Toronto, Mariners. I think the Mariners are a slight favorite, so odds don't really play in. Let's go to Vince. Make your pick for the series.
Yeah, I think Bo Bichette's supposed to be ready to play, correct? I think he's going to be back in the lineup. So that's it's amazing they've gotten this far without Bo Bichette when you really think about it. I've got the Blue Jays in 6.
Statler?
Yeah, I love the Jays in 6 as well. I think Vladdy is about to be Seattle's daddy.
Logan?
Yeah, I think I like the Jays as well. I think they're going to get off to a quicker start. Give me the Jays in 7.
Matthew?
Yeah, I'm also going with the Jays. I think home field matters. I like Seattle's pitching staff a lot, but I don't trust them over the span of a 7-game series.
I'm going with the Jays in 5. Seattle's going to but when you bet the series, it doesn't matter how many games it is. I just think Toronto's going to beat them. And once again, Seattle's bullpen will implode like they've done for the last 3 decades. So nothing's going to change. They'll blow games. I like Toronto. I like the fact that they're home and they're tough. I mean, Toronto's been winning all season. Bo Bichette is back. All of us, all 5 of us are going with the Blue Jays. All right, guys, I tell you what, I feel great. I got a great night's sleep last night. I slept 10 hours. I went to bed relatively early last night. I don't even know if there were football games on. I had a tough week. I slept 10 hours. REM sleep, baby, right here. Man, now, Vince, I hooked you up with Doug, right? I hope you guys work this out, because this REM sleep, man, this thing, you take this 15 minutes before you go to bed, you are out, you dream, supports all the facets of your sleep. And Healthy Cell has been a founding sponsor right here of Godzilla Wins, because they know that our audience has to get a good night's sleep. You've got to get that 8, you get 7, 8, 9 hours a night, but you got to get a deep sleep. You got to dream. That's how your body rejuvenates, especially as you get older. And so all you got to do is go to healthycell.com/Godzilla, healthycell.com/Godzilla. Promo code Godzilla is going to get you 20% off your first order. Now, I take 3 things. I take the REM sleep, I take the focus and recall, and I take the multivitamin. Don't take those GNC pills with the casing on it. You pee 90% of that out. It's crap. This is a gel that goes right in your system, and you got to get your vitamins in. You got to support yourself with the natural vitamins that you need. HealthyCell.com, promo code Godzilla, going to get you 20% off your first order. Okay, guys, let's roll. We got some really good games coming up, and on college football Saturday. Let's start with Arizona State at Utah. Utah minus 9.5 in the big state. This is a 9:15 p.m. game. Unbelievable. And of course, Jack is getting his PhD at Arizona State, so of course he puts that as the first game as he runs the show. So it is what it is. But they're a 9.5 point dog. Let's start with Logan Powell.
Well, they're 9.5 point dogs for a reason. Sam Levin's going to be out. Utah is one of the best offensive teams in the Big 12. Mountaineer fans know all too well. Dampierre for Utah. Brian Dampierre is a very good, explosive quarterback. Really good in the trenches. Normally, if Levitt was playing for the Sun Devils, it would be a lot closer. I'd probably pick the Sun Devils, but pretty sure Utah's home, and without their quarterback, give me Utah to cover.
Okay, Matthew?
Yeah, I'm with Logan. No Sam Levitt makes a big difference. Home game for Utah. It's supposed to pour rain. Utah likes to pound the ball. I think they dominate through the run game, and they cover the 9.5 for sure.
Brendan Statler.
I'm going to continue the trend. No Sam Levitt, no chance for the Sun Devils. Give me the Utes.
The old ball coach.
All right, I'm going to go against these three guys.
Ooh.
Arizona runs the ball well. Against TCU a couple weeks ago when TCU couldn't, and I think that's why TCU got beat at Arizona State 2 weeks ago. Arizona was able to pound the rock. They have a transfer from West Point, Kanye Ado, and he's a beast. I mean, he's not the Scatteraboo type, but he's a guy that can, keep the drives moving along. Convert some third down situations. I think Arizona can keep this within 9.5. I truly do.
All right. This is a really good, experienced Arizona State team. I like this team. I like betting on them. I like everything about them, but I really think right now they're in big trouble in this game. Utah's had 2 weeks to prepare. They lost their last game at home. I don't see them losing back-to-back home games. And if you kick out the second half of that crazy game against Texas Tech, the Utah defense is allowing 10 points a game. Let that sink in, right? Throw that second half out. The turnovers, everything, it was a disaster. Throw that second half out of the Red Raiders game with Texas Tech. They're allowing 10 points a game. Utah has beaten Arizona State. I looked this up. By the way, Jack sent me an email. He said, prepare for these games. So I guess he kind of challenged me here. So I actually did. So Utah beat the Sun Devils by 52, 21, 14, and 18 then in their last 4 meetings. So 9.5 at home, no brainer. I'm going with the Utes. Okay, I called in everybody, right? I don't want to get mixed up here, guys. Thank you. Arkansas at Tennessee, SEC game. Arkansas at number 12, Tennessee. Another 9.5 point spread. Vols minus 9.5. Let's start off with Matthew, ACC Lumsden.
Yeah, no, I like Tennessee here. It's a home game. I know Arkansas finally canned their head guy, but I mean the defense is incompetent. I think Tennessee scored 41 or 42 points in every game. They put up 41 on Georgia. I don't see how they don't put up 45 on Arkansas. And I mean that to me, that's going to be enough to win by 10.
Vince?
Yeah, I think this game could get ugly quick. I really do. I think this could be a game that Tennessee wins by 3 touchdowns or more. Go Vols.
Logan?
Yeah, old Bobby Petrino is back in the helm in Arkansas. Let's see if that brings a spark to the team, but that defense is terrible. I'm pretty sure they already fired their defensive coordinator, so it's going to be even worse. Yeah, Tennessee by a mile.
Matthew? Statler?
Yeah, Tennessee by a mile. They're going to run away with this.
Matthew, did you already pick this game? I got to figure out how not to forget who I called.
Yeah, I'm going Tennessee minus 9.5.
All right, sorry guys, I'll do better. This is why I can't wait till Mitch comes back. Mitch comes back. Oh my goodness. When's he coming back? So I don't have to host. Okay, let's get to Florida at Texas A&M. Florida is at number 5 Texas A&M. This is a 6:00 game and SEC game, and Texas A&M is -7.5. A lot of big spreads here, guys. Let's go. Let's start with Matthew Lumsden. What do you think here, Matthew?
I'm rolling with the team that's hot. I like Florida. I know it's been a down year for them, but that defense has still played elite ball. And anybody that watched the game last week, they finally got true freshman Dallas Wilson back, and he is a game changer. Dude's an absolute unit. He brings a whole nother dynamic to this offense. It's a completely different offense with him integrated, and I think they continue to roll. A&M hasn't impressed me, beating Mississippi State in a pretty ugly game. I like Florida to cover.
Brendan Sadler?
Yeah, normally I would pick Florida, but I'm kind of second-guessing myself seeing that A&M is favored. Maybe that's just because they're home. I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to pick Florida in this one.
All right. Coach?
I think it's a letdown game for Florida. None of us had Florida taking down the Longhorns last week, and they did. They get probably the best team in this. Well, maybe the second best team. I think Texas Tech might be the best team in the state of Texas, but second best team would be Texas A&M. A lot on the line for the Aggies. I think the Aggies cover this one.
Logan Powell.
Yeah, I think Texas A&M, they always have those games over the years where they just struggle and they disappoint. I think this could be one of those games. Florida, big win last week against the Longhorns. Give me the Florida to continue and to cover. Maybe not win, but at least cover.
Here's one of my best bets today is Texas A&M. So, guys, I can see why you're picking Florida. They had the big win last week, but there's a reason why Billy Napier's job is always on the chopping block, because he sucks. That's basically what. If you suck, your job is always on the chopping block. So I really don't get this thing here. Everyone is quick now to jump on the Gators bandwagon because they have a win, but they have a win over a team with a quarterback that is dramatically overrated, that's just not playing very well and might not be the caliber that people think he is, and that's Arch Manning. So I don't see this here. This A&M team has been taking people apart all season long, taking them apart. I love A&M here. -7.5. I think this game is an absolute rout. So I'm going with Texas A&M, and we'll see how that. And that is one of my best college bets of the day. Okay, Kansas at Texas Tech. Man, it is tough to bet against these Red Raiders. I mean, they are just tough. I love Kansas, guys. I mean, I love their style of play. There's so many things to love about Kansas, but I mean, you go in. This is a Big 12 game. Texas Tech is -14.5 for a reason. I really want to find a way to like Kansas in this game and take the points, but I can't. So let's start with Logan Powell.
Yeah, if I was a smart bettor, if Kansas loses to Texas Tech by 14 points or so, that just really shows the levels to the Big 12. I mean, in Texas Tech, they're league above the other teams in the Big 12. So that's why, I mean, you can't not bet against Texas Tech. They have the roster. They invested the money into it. Kansas, they always seem to struggle. Jalen Daniels is always 50-50. If he's going to, be really good or he's going to disappoint. With all that being said, give me the Red Raiders to definitely cover and to win.
You're going to lay the 14.5.
Yeah.
Matthew Lumsden.
Yeah, I'm taking Texas Tech. Got it at 14. I think they just have a blatantly better roster. Both sides of the ball, they're better. Kansas is the 4th lowest plays per game in the FBS. It's a team that's not built on running a fast offense. So I think if Tech gets out to an early lead, I think Kansas is in some trouble.
Brendan Statler.
Well, like you said, John, there is a lot to like about Kansas, but there is even more to like about Texas Tech. Texas Tech has proven to be the cream of the crop in the Big 12. I love the Red Raiders at 14.5 today.
All right, -14.5. Old ball coach, Vince.
Not only are they the cream of the crop in the Big 12, Brendan, they're the cream of the crop in the state of Texas. If Texas Tech can go to Utah and lay a beat down on Utah in the second half, trust me, they can dismantle Kansas in Lubbock. Red Raiders.
My second best bet of the day, minus 14.5. This game is going to be ugly. The problem with Kansas is, as much as I like them, like if they get behind, how are they going to win? I mean, they run the ball like 80% of the time. They throw, 2-yard passes. It's all grinded out and, try to, win the game 9-7. I mean, if they get behind and they have to start throwing the football, you're going to see Route City coming. I love Texas Tech. Minus the 14.5. I'd lay probably 18 in this game. That's how much I love Texas Tech. And I agree with all of you. The Red Raiders are going to win the Big 12. They're definitely in the playoff picture. I wouldn't count them out for anything. And it almost seems like they're getting better every week. So we're all on the Red Raiders bandwagon. So if anybody wants to, if there was ever a time to fade us, if you're thinking, let me just fade these guys, this would be the game when we all pick the same team, which rarely happens. We're all going with Texas Tech. The other thing, we all picked the Blue Jays, so you should fade us with Seattle if you're trying to do the fade thing. Okay, that brings us to another Big 12 game. Iowa State ranked number 22. This is another team. I really like some of these teams in a Big 12. They go to Colorado. They're minus 2.5, and I just got to start with Vince here. I mean, I just got to ask like a semi-intelligent question, right? I mean, where's Colorado going here? I mean, they're just not very good. I don't know what Deion's plan is. I love Deion. I don't see it. And I'm thinking, why are they only 2.5? I know they don't score a lot, but I mean, what is the rationale here, Vince, to bet Colorado? Like what would you base that on, Vince?
Well, Colorado has really not been blown out of any game. Now, maybe they didn't cover, okay, and maybe a late touchdown or something like that. They've been in virtually every game. And you think about it, I mean, they battled and could have beaten Georgia Tech in week 1. 2 weeks ago, they had their hands on the throat of BYU, and BYU was vulnerable, and then they kind of, scored a late touchdown. And then last week they were right in it with TCU. And boy, you talk about a good win from a betting standpoint. With 28 seconds left, Hoover hucks one into the end zone when he probably should have took a knee, and the Horned Frogs cover. Okay, so Colorado's in every game, and I don't know. I am not entirely sold on Iowa State. I think most teams are going to win a big game during the course of a year. I think this is the game that Colorado wins at home.
You're going with Colorado plus 2.5. Statler?
I don't know if I could pick Colorado just for the reasons you listed, John. This team seems to have no direction. They're definitely not the same team since Shedeur Sanders left. I have to roll with the Cyclones here.
Matthew, 2.5. What do you think, Matthew Lumsden?
I'm grateful for last week. I went against both these teams and it panned out, and I think that heavily plays into this line. Iowa State was down 2 elite corners last week, and it showed. They let up 31 points in the first half. They got dog walked for the first 30 minutes of that game, and then they put it together. They did what good teams do. They made adjustments, and they made it a close game. On the other hand, TCU played terrible and still covered the 14. I think Iowa State rolls, and I think they roll heavy. I mean, Colorado's just blatantly not good. I think Iowa State comes in and takes care of business. This line is just wrong, in my opinion.
Logan Powell.
Yeah, Colorado's not a good football team. They still can't run the ball. Their defense is still mediocre. And last year they had Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter mainly to save them, and they don't have that this year. And Keaton Slovis, quarterback, he struggled mightily throughout the game. So I think that Iowa State's one of the better Big 12 teams. So I think Iowa State's an easy lock here.
I love Iowa State in this game. I'm going to lay the 2.5. It's a field goal. You just can't bet Colorado. And I get what Coach Vince says. They've been in this game, been in that game, but they don't win any games. being in a game, yay, right? I mean, the Titans have been in games, and they finally got a win last week. But they're not very good. So, I mean, I'm looking at Iowa State had a lot of guys out last week. I understand their 2 corners are back now. This is a good football team. Until Colorado starts beating people, I'm going to keep fading them. So I love Iowa State minus the 2.5. Hey everybody, you're on Godzilla Wins. Want to thank you for joining us. This is the number one sports analysis and pick show you're ever going to find in the history of the globe right here. So share it with your friends. Tell us we're on. We're ready to go. This segment brought to you by my good friends at My Pillow, another founding sponsor of Godzilla. We got so many founding sponsors. You know how hard that is to do in radio? Nobody does that. But Godzilla Wins has been on 6 years, and we have founding sponsors that have never left us, and we thank them for that. My Pillow is excited to announce they're having their biggest 3-in-1 sale ever in history. Limited edition product, back in stock, special with an overstock deal. You're never going to find this. Get this, Vince, my slippers, $39.98, any color, any style. Regular, $150. Now only $39.98. If you don't have my slippers, you're nuts. I got them on right now. You're probably saying, wait a minute, John, you're in the studio. No way you have my slippers on. Here they are. My slippers right here. Why would I get up and put a pair of shoes on a Saturday when I could put on my comfy My Pillow slippers with a hardback so I could just walk to the studio? Like I'd have to be crazy. Quality of life. Get your My Slippers now. For the first time ever, you can get premium My Pillows with Giza cotton and a designer Gusset, Queen $17.98. Also, for a limited time, when you order over $100, free shipping. Vince, you got to get the slippers for you and Tammy ASAP. Vince, it's about quality of life. Do it, and then you'll be happy, and you'll be thanking me for years. All you got to do is go to mypillow.com, promo code Godzilla, mypillow.com, promo code Godzilla, or you can also give them a call, 800-854-0504, 800-854-0504, promo code Godzilla. Get all the great deals there. Okay. Here's an interesting game. University of Alabama, Birmingham at Florida Atlantic. Like, why is this game on the schedule? Because Jack always puts some crazy game that nobody cares about, right? That's what he does. So we got UAB of Florida Atlantic, and you got FAU, which is a 4.5-point favorite. And they're playing, I guess, in Boca Raton. You'd be in a lot worse places in your life. And it's on ESPN at 5 o'clock, ESPN Plus. Why they're even televising this game, I have no idea. So, I mean, what? Okay, let's just start with Vince. What do you think of this game, Vince?
Yeah, I looked at this. I'm going, where's the hook, line, and sinker on this? Is there a story about this game that I'm looking for? And I looked and going, no, both teams are 2-3. They both suck. Okay. Well, if both teams suck, I'm going to go with the home team. Go Owls.
Logan Powell.
Yeah, I don't know much about either of these teams. I do know that most I know about Florida Atlantic is that they've had a couple of runs in the NCAA tournament in college basketball, but in terms of football, I do not know much about them. But for UAB, they actually are a really good passing team this year. They're number one in the nation with 65% passing, and then in terms of passing yards per game, they are 6th with 323. So with that being said, I think that if they're able to put up points like that, I think that I'm gonna take UAB here to not only cover the spread but to win against the old FAU.
This is a Matthew Lumsden special.
Yeah, no, this one, I saw that and I was kind of like, I know some bizarre stuff. Can't say I was too educated on either one of these teams. But yeah, after looking into it, just for the sake of entertainment, I think I'm going to go UAB. They went to Tennessee and only lost by 32. I'll qualify that as they're probably not horrendous. FAU, I think, just narrowly beat Rice. They got smoked by Memphis. So I'm just going to go off of strength of schedule and kind of box score it. I'm just going to take UAB, see what happens.
Statler.
John, I have such little knowledge about both these teams. I didn't even know what UAB stood for when I was reading this. Okay, Jack throws these in here just to mess with us sometimes. I
totally throws them in.
So because I have absolutely zero knowledge of either of these teams, I'm just going to pick FAU because they're favored and they're at home. That is the only logic behind it.
I like FAU in this game because I saw them play at Maryland in the first game of the season, and they brought like a whole bunch of their fans there, and they were really nice, and they were they were sitting by us because we had gotten seats on the visitor side. So because I wanted to be in the sun to get a little color. So we got in Maryland, the visitor side is in the sun, right? Because that's what they do. So we're on the visitor side. So the fans were so nice. So based on that, I'm going with FAU minus 4.5. Coupled with the fact that they're playing a Boca Raton. I mean, it's like, imagine going to college in Boca Raton. Boca, like, I mean, home games, Boca Raton. Like, you go there like on vacation and stay at the Ritz-Carlton. So the fans were so nice. I'm going to go with FAU minus whatever it is, 4.5. Okay, let's get number 15. Michigan goes to University of Southern California. Now we're getting back into some big time, folks. Let's start here. We're going to go counterclockwise. Let's start with Logan Powell.
Yeah, this has the potential to be my best bet of the day. Lincoln Riley has to win some good games, some big time games if he wants to stay head coach in Southern California. And Michigan looks good. Their offense looks a lot better than last year. Bryce Underwood has played the part. He hasn't been great, but he's done enough. But for USC this year, they actually have a decent defense for the once in a Lincoln Riley coach team. And like I said, they need to win some of these games. They've already lost one of them. I forget who they. I think they lost to Illinois, so they already lost one of their big time matchups. They're at home. Michigan's going to have to travel across the country. Bryce Underwood across the country. With all that being said, give me USC to win by field goal.
Woo! Matthew Lumsden.
I'm on the flip side here. It disgusts me because I do not like Michigan. I never like backing Michigan in any circumstances, but they went to Nebraska, so the true freshman already got a big-time environment out of his way. They took care of business there, and I think Lincoln Riley teams are just cookie cutters. It's elite offenses, terrible defenses. They can't win good games. They lit up like 20-something, 30-something points to Michigan State, who sucks. They lost to Illinois, who's really not that good. You saw what Indiana did to them. I think Michigan bullies the line of scrimmage. I think they're the better team, and as disgusting as that is, I'm going to happily take the Michigan plus 3.5.
Brendan?
Go Blue. I mean, they're the better team out of the two by far, in my opinion. I think this is going to be an easy win for Michigan.
Vince?
You can take two sides on this, right? If it's a defensive battle, who wins the defensive battle? Well, probably Michigan. If it's a shootout, SC. And to be quite honest, if it's a shootout, I don't think Michigan can score more than 4 offensive touchdowns. Go Troy.
So this is another best bet, and I'm going with Vince here. I just feel this is a make or break spot for Lincoln Riley. Like, he's got to win this game. I mean, eventually this guy's got to win a big game, right? Eventually you got to win a big game. USC is 13-7 at home against as a home favorite. He's got to win this games. The Trojans have had 2 weeks to stew in their own juice about their last second defeat at Illinois. They should have won that game. I think they're a better team than meets the eye. They really should be better in this game. And again, I'm with Vince here on offense. If somebody's going to win this game, 19-17, obviously it's plays for Michigan. But if they start rolling this ball and Michigan's got to start keeping up with them by throwing passes around, I really think you're going to get a lot of points here. Eventually, Lincoln Riley has got to beat a top 10 team at home. And so I think this is the spot for them. He's had 2 weeks to prepare. He's a good coach. So I like USC minus the 2.5. So me and Vince are on that side. Everybody else, I think, is on the other side, right? I think so. Okay. Well, here we go. SEC, Georgia, number 10. I don't even know how they're still number 10. At Auburn, UGA minus 3.5. So you're thinking to yourself, okay, wait a minute. Is Auburn really that good that they're only, a field goal and a squiggle away from UGA? I mean, are they really that good? Does that home field really make that much of a difference? I mean, on paper, shouldn't Georgia be a 7-8 point favorite here? Let's start with Brendan.
Yeah, I mean, I would think so. I mean, I can't say that I've watched a whole lot of Auburn football this year, but you see Georgia's still ranked number 10. I can't imagine home field making that much of a difference, so I'm going to gladly go with the Bulldogs in this one.
Vince.
Yeah, big rivalry game. One of the kind of the under the radar rivalry games in the SEC. Really, I mean, help me out, guys. I think Auburn's biggest win was at Baylor, right? Does that sound right?
Yes.
Yeah, week 1.
And we kind of, in retrospect, I don't think Baylor is as good as we probably thought they were. I think, rivalry game. I think Georgia wins this one, and I think they can win this by a touchdown or more.
Logan.
Yeah, Auburn, the best thing they've done this year is stay close in games. They only lost by 7 to Oklahoma, only lost by 6 to Texas A&M. So I guess, I mean, if you're looking at that, I guess that's good. But other than that, they haven't really done much. And Georgia's still a really good football team, and they're better on paper and they're better on the field. Give me Georgia.
All right, Matthew. Georgia minus 3.5 going on the road. I mean, they had that stinker with Alabama between the hedges. What do you think?
Yeah, no, and I think that Alabama game plays a big factor here. They already have one SEC loss. Getting a second SEC loss this early in the season, that could be the beginning of the dagger going in. So I think they're going to be locked in. You see both games they had trouble. Alabama torched them through the air. Tennessee torched them through the air. You still can't run on Georgia. And unfortunately for Auburn, Jackson Arnold can't throw. So I don't see how Auburn moves the ball. I like Georgia minus the 3.5. My personal play of the day is going to be Georgia money line. I think it's like 190 now. Throw SMU in there to bring it down to about $1.50, but I feel really comfortable in that one.
My other best bet here is Georgia. I love Georgia in this game. They're just a better football team. And I just have this philosophy. You just bet the better team, and the majority of times you're going to come out fine. And I don't see Auburn winning this game. I'm not going to lay the 190 on the money line. I'm going to lay the 3.5 because I think this is a 2-3 touchdown win. So I love Georgia here, minus the 3.5. Did I leave anybody out on this game? We good? Okay, thank you. All right, let's get to we got another game here. Alabama, number 8, Alabama at Missouri. And this game is, what's the spread on this thing? This is
2.5.
Alabama.
What is this? Alabama 2.5. Don't look now, but Missouri's ranked number what, 15, 18 or something? 14. So they're actually ranked. I don't know, guys. Let's go. Let's start with Vince. What do you think here, Vince?
Well, you look at that and you think, wow, it's only a 2.5, and Alabama seems to be playing better football, probably the best football they've played since DeBoer took over. And you see, I'm like, wow, why isn't that 6, 7? But I just looking at that, my background tells me that Alabama has to win this game by more than a field goal, right? So roll Tide.
Brendan?
I have to agree with Coach Vince. I mean, you would think that Alabama would win by more than the field goal, so I'm going to roll Tide this one.
Matthew Lumsden.
Yeah, I'm going to go on the other side. I agree with them. Everything's telling me to take Bama. But DeBoer, I think, is 2-5 in road games since he's became the head coach at Alabama. Jeremiah Love, I think, is the best running back in the country at Notre Dame. Number 2 is Ahmad Hardy at Missouri. This kid is nasty. They play clean football. I think they're extremely underrated. I'm going to buy it to 3.5 just for the field goal, but I like Mizzou today.
Logan?
Yeah, I like Missouri too. I mean, they're a good football team. They've done good so far this season. They haven't played a lot, but Alabama's really hot right now, and they're finally playing good football. And I think Alabama can take away with this one.
Well, you look at this line, right? We have a couple extra seconds here, guys. You look at this line, and you say to yourself, Alabama just beat Georgia on the road. I mean, they beat them between the hedges. Why is this game 2.5? If you look at the Georgia game, why did I get 2.5 with Georgia at home? Why? Vegas has got this stuff figured out. It's just, like, why is this game only 2.5? That's my question. And you can't really answer that, except that we don't really know how good the Tigers are. Missouri Tigers. We don't know how good they are. And they might be a lot better than we think. This, to me, is a total trap game for Alabama. I think it's a bad draw for them here. And I'm going to go with Missouri. I'm going to take the 2.5. I'm going to take them at home. And I think, guys, this can be, for the Tigers, this can be an SEC signature win. Now, remember, when they first joined the SEC, they were a doormat. They were like, the Vanderbilt of the Midwest, right? I mean, basically, Missouri is a journalism school. Everybody knows that. It's a good, but they were getting swamped by everybody. Now all of a sudden, would you guys agree for Missouri in the SEC? This could be a signature win. Couldn't this be a defining win, Vince?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they're highly ranked, and they take down perennial power Alabama in Columbia. Yeah, you talk about signature win. It could elevate them to college playoff picture big time.
Defining win for the university and the SEC. I just love Missouri here. This game, when I looked at it, ever see a line and you think like you had to put I had to put my glasses on again? I'm like, no, this has got to be, is it 12.5? It's 2.5. I mean, it's just, you just don't think of it. So I'm going to go with Missouri here. Okay, guys, let's go. Let's just recap our best bets of the day.
If you got time, John, I think you skipped over one, the Ohio State Illinois.
Oh
game.
my God, I did. I'm sorry. Let's do that. Thank you, Vince. I can't wait till Mitch is back. Ohio State at Illinois. Ohio State number 1, Illinois number 17. Ohio State minus 14.5. Vince.
Yeah, I think 14.5 is a lot of points, but man, I still have this remembering a month ago or whenever it was when Illinois, Indiana, game of the week, and they got absolutely steamrolled by Indiana. And I'm tired. Ohio State's a lot better than Indiana.
So you're gonna lay the 14.
There you go.
All right, Brendan.
John, this is the easiest pick of the day. The Ohio State Buckeyes are still the best team in college football. 14.5 is nothing over Illinois.
Logan Powell.
Yeah, this is an interesting game because on one side you have Illinois as the experienced Luke Altmaier, and then for Ohio State you have the newly starting Julian Sayon. But Illinois has a good offense. However, they just got absolutely smoked by Indiana. They could do nothing. And Indiana's a good team, but I don't think they're, at that quality where they're, blowing out pretty good teams by 30, 40 points. So Illinois might just be a fraud. And Ohio State's certainly not a fraud. Really good team all around. And if you're a Mountaineer fan, you definitely want to watch this game. For Illinois, they got Hudson Clement, former wide receiver for Mountaineers, and then for Iowa State, former star running back C.J. Donaldson. So, Mountaineers ain't playing this week at 12 o'clock to start your Saturday. Definitely tune into this game. But it's going to be a blowout. Give me Ohio State by a mile.
Mr. Lumsden, wrap us up on this game.
Yeah, no, don't overthink this. You've seen Illinois play one relevant game all year, and it was the most embarrassing thing of the football season besides Penn State last week. They got absolutely dog-walked from start to finish. It was atrocious. Ohio State has a top 3, if not the best defense in the country. If you just drop back and throw the ball 15 times to Jeremiah Smith, you're going to score 28 points. So that being said, I don't see how Illinois covers 14.5. I like Ohio State to roll confidently.
This game's a blowout, absolute blowout. 14.5, 21.5. This thing is going to be an absolute whitewash. I love Ohio State minus the 14.5. They're the number 1 team in the country for a reason. I'm going to give you a bonus game. You guys don't have to comment on it. I love Maryland today at home over Nebraska. So I'm going to go with, I got my Terp shirt on, right? I'm ready to go, right? We blew a 20-0 lead last week. I say we because now that's where Joe goes. By the way, Coach, Joe pitching his scrimmage yesterday, lights out. So
nice.
he's doing good. So details to follow. Coach, and I want to thank you for helping my son. I really do. I mean, you made a big difference in his transition and out in the West Coast and hooking him up with the Raptors and the coaching staff out there. And Vince, Ann and I really want to thank you for that. Thank you.
And this is my reward: getting up at 5 a.m. on the West Coast every Saturday to be.
I don't know how you do it, Coach.
Wins.
And
Boy,
for that,
I'm the big winner there, aren't I?
Coach, I struggle to wake up at 8:30. So I don't know how
Hey,
you.
there's one more game on here. The game of the day, John.
Indiana, Oregon, Coach.
Oregon.
Oh God, go ahead. What do you guys think?
7.5. Ducks favored by 7.5. Indiana's good, but this is a whole nother beast going into Eugene. And it's one of those games. If Oregon wins the game, they're going to win it probably by 2 touchdowns or more, right? I got to go Ducks in this one.
Brendan?
John, this is the second easiest pick of the day. The Oregon Ducks are going to completely roll Indiana.
I got to get to Matthew here. Matthew, what do you think of this game?
Yeah, no, I was going to say I'm sitting here watching Dan Lanning shirtless at like 6:30 a.m. local time on game day. Him and McAfee just stripping on live TV. So, I mean, yeah, good for them. But no, this is I think Coach and Brendan, I mean, everything's telling me Oregon, but I can't buy into it yet because that Penn State win doesn't mean much to me anymore after last week. I don't think Penn State's that good. They haven't played anyone else all year. And I think Fernando Mendoza at Indiana is an absolute stud. I like Coach Sig. I think he's one of the best coaches in the country. And I think that is an unpopular pick, but I'm going to roll Indiana plus the 7.5 or 8.5, whatever it's at now. And I feel pretty good about that one.
Logan?
Yeah, I'm not too far from JMU, so I was able to keep up with Coach Signani a lot. And I love him as a coach, good person, great recruiter. And, Indiana, they're still getting, mistreated in the, maybe not the AP polls, they're number 7, but in terms of the whole nation's opinion on them, they still don't have a lot of high praise for him. And I think, if you win this game, you certainly will get that. Oregon's a really good football team, and Dan Lanning's a great coach. And it's funny, Fernando Mendoza, going into the season, he was not regarded as one of those top quarterbacks. You had Lenore Sellers, Drew Allar, you had Carson Beck, who is doing really good, but no one really was talking about Mendoza in those categories. But now he's like second in the nation in touchdowns with 16, only has 1 interception for the year, really efficient. With all that being said, you're going into Eugene. That's going to be rocking. Oregon's going to have some new jerseys they've never worn before. It's going to look nice. They just came off, beating Penn State. I can't not pick the Oregon here. I can't pick the Ducks. I cannot not pick the Ducks. So give me the Ducks.
Okay. You got the Ducks. Listen, I
was like short circuit.
When do we stop saying Indiana is not that good? When they start beating good teams, right? And all they do is win. I mean, they just keep winning. They destroyed Illinois, and this was supposed to be some kind of a signature game. I mean, if you're Indiana, you get no respect. They're big, they're strong, they're tough. They're a legit Big Ten team. They're a legit contender to win the Big Ten. And I'm not ready to crown Oregon. I'm not ready to make them king. So Big Ten fan I am. I'm going with Indiana. I'm going to take the wood here. And this is going to be a fun game. So I like Indiana. Guys, we're out of time. We're going to be right back. NFL coming up. Keep it right here on Godzilla Wins.
West Virginia Sports Nation gives you a top-of-the-mountain view of the Mountaineers sports landscape. See what's happening in all the sports, far beyond football, basketball, and baseball. Gymnastics, track and field, rowing, swimming and diving, golf, volleyball, tennis. More sports, more stories. If the Mountaineers play the game, WVSportsNation.com has it covered. Up-to-date and insightful articles written by Mountaineers for Mountaineers Nation. WVSportsNation.com. WVSportsNation.com. WVSportsNation.com.
The best part about waking up in the morning is a great cup of coffee, and I get this every day with my 1775 coffee. It's rich, it's bold, best tasting coffee I've ever had. Single origin, farmed in Bolivia, 7,000 feet. It's always fresh, roasted daily. This is the best coffee you're ever going to get. Go to 1775coffee.com, 1775coffee.com. Promo code Godzilla, 10% off. It's going to make your day every day.
You woke up with a sore throat and a low-grade fever. You know you are getting sick, so here's your choices. You can get sicker and miss work, try to see a doctor this week, or sit hours in a crowded waiting room at urgent care.
I have a smarter option for you. Open your medical emergency kit, match your symptoms to doctor-recommended prescription in your booklet, and take the right meds now and get well faster.
This is not a first aid kit. It's like having an urgent care in your home. It includes doctor-prescribed medications to treat over 39 medical issues like respiratory infections, strep throat, pneumonia, UTIs, and more.
No waiting to see the doctor and no standing in line at the pharmacy. It's right here.
Every home should have at least one medical emergency kit, and here's how to order.
Order online fast and save $45. Your kit with prescriptions to treat common and life-saving illnesses is rushed to your door. Visit twc.health/Godzilla. Promo code Godzilla. That's twc.health/Godzilla. Promo code Godzilla.
John Frederick, your Godzilla of truth, fiercely independent.
No ties to Wall Street, I promote Main Street.
The John Frederick Media Network, privately owned and operated, on top of the issues on air and online.
Trucking the truth every day for 14 years.
The John Frederick Show drives your morning, weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. Eastern. The only independent White House correspondent with live reports from the White House. Hit JohnFredericksRadio.com. Watch at JFMN.TV. John Frederick, your Godzilla of truth.
Who's going to stop me now?
Nobody.
Did you know that somebody could literally steal your house? Yeah, that is a thing that happens. It is when a criminal forges your signature on one document, uses one fake notary stamp, and then spends about $30, $40 with the county recorder. They then take out loans using your home equity as collateral. And the worst part of it is, you don't even know it's happening until you start getting collections and foreclosure notices. Most people don't check on their home title because why would you feel like you needed to? But this right here is why you need to use Home Title Lock. They have a $1 million triple lock protection that helps keep your home and equity safe. It includes 24/7 monitoring with protection immediately, urgent alerts in case there's any changes in your title. Then if fraud does happen, they have a US-based restoration team that will spend up to $1 million to fix the fraud and restore your title.
Find out if you're already a victim. Go to HomeTitleLock.com now.
John Frederick, he's America's Godzilla of truth. All week long, he's world-renowned for his proficient proclivity to prophesy the people's political picks with pinpoint precision.
Yeah, baby.
Then, on the weekends, he gets with the guys that are pretty wise, and Godzilla wins. Godzilla wins, the sports picking show for winning dough. Money lines, parlays, over-under, the best plays. You choose the game, Godzilla picks the winners. Get expert analysis, exclusive insights, and have a little fun. When the game is on your mind and money's on the line, Godzilla Wins is your guide to picking winners. Godzilla Wins, on the screens of your TV and favorite devices, commanding radio airwaves far and wide. Before you make that play, hear what the Godzilla crew has to say. Presented by West Virginia SportsNation.com, it's time for Godzilla Wins, all across the John Fredericks Media Network. Oh yeah.
For entertainment purposes only.
Welcome back to Godzilla Wins. I'm John Fredericks, and I am your host today. It's time to get into NFL football. Let's rock and roll. We got a great panel, as always, today. The old ball coach, Coach Vince Mayako. He's with us. Brendan Statler, writer, WVSN. Go to WVSportsNation.com. Logan Powell, one of our writers, too, one of our senior correspondents. WVSportsNation.com. And Matthew Lumsden, professional tout, giving us his picks for free. He could charge for these picks. I want one of those pick shows, right? You're going to have to subscribe to a Substack, but no, he gives you his analysis for free. Such a good guy. He's got a big heart. So I want to thank you guys for being with us today. And this show sponsored by WVSportsNation.com. Hey, if you want to follow anything athletics at West Virginia University, you've got one site to go to. It's a one-stop shop. All the best writers you're going to find, in-depth analysis. We got columns, we got analysis, we got picks, all on WVSportsNation.com. Go to WVSportsNation.com. And by the way, rumor has it, the Godzilla Wins website is coming back. I heard that rumor the other day, so I'll keep you guys informed. Good to have you with us. Got our NFL panel right here, ready to rock and roll. Let's go, guys. Let's start with, what happened Thursday night, right? Eagles, 7.5-point favorite.
They get trounced by the Giants. You got the guy from Arizona State University, Scatterbo, running all over the place. All of a sudden, Jackson Dart has brought hope to the Big Apple. And you know what? Giants win, Yankees lose Thursday, I guess, in New York. Kind of an interesting day. But let's just start with that breakdown. Are the Giants for real? Matthew Lumsden.
I don't know if I'd say for real. I feel like that might be a little bit of a stretch, but I do think between the immaculate swagger and touch of CTE in that backfield, I do think they are very good, and I think they have a bright future. You get Malik Neighbors back next year, I think they're going to be a serious threat, especially with that D-line. I think this just comes back to, I've been preaching forever, Kyler Murray and Jalen Hurts are just not NFL quarterbacks. I mean, power to him for winning the Super Bowl, but that was behind Saquon Barkley and an elite defense. You're pushing 4 plays in a row from 7 yards out for one of your 2 touchdowns on the day. Like, give me a break. It's embarrassing.
I've only got time for 2 people to analyze this thing. Logan, you want to go?
Yeah, I'll go ahead. Yeah, I think the Eagles are they're showing that their flaws, and they have a new offensive coordinator this year. I can't recall his name as we speak right now, but last year they had Kellen Moore, and you can tell the drop off. Whoever it is, this is his first year calling plays in the NFL, so you're definitely seeing that. And their run game has been struggling. Saquon, I don't know if he exasperated all his greatness last year with that backwards juke, but he just has not been the same this year. And Jalen Hurts, he missed a wide open pass to Devontae Smith down the field. It was completely just wide open, just whiffed on it. It would have been a touchdown from like the 10-yard line. But for the Giants, they still don't have any weapons, and Jackson Dart is still somehow playing really good football, running with no F's given for his safety. He ain't sliding. He's going right at him. Scatterbo, who's going to be a career 3.0 yards per run player, but goddamn, he can score in the red zone. Puts his head down, just goes along. And this team's got good vibes. I mean, Jackson Dart's high-fiving the ref. I don't even know if that's illegal, but he's doing it. And, for this Giants team is Brian DeBall. He's having the time of his life. I think he would kiss Jackson Dart if he could. And I think they probably do in the meetings during the week. He loves that guy. He saved his job. And, DeBall, hey, Russell Wilson came in for 1 play when Jackson Dart got hurt. I was scared. I'm not even a Giants fan. I don't care about the Giants, but I was scared because Russell Wilson came in, threw 1 pass that was 15 yards behind the receiver, and they started booing. DeBall started yelling at the doctors to get Jackson Dart back in. He was in concussion protocol, and DeBall was yelling at him. I think Scatterbo went in the tent. I'm pretty sure he went in the tent and told the doctors and Dart, yeah, he's good. Let's get him back out there. I don't think you should be asking Scatterbo for concussion issues whatsoever. I think he probably already has CTE. But
can you imagine just how bad Russell Wilson must feel? Like, I don't want to cut you off, Logan, but what you said is so funny. I mean, you got the head coach and running back going into the tent. You would have thought the head coach's wife was in labor. He's peeking in there trying to and Russell Wilson's missing guys by 15 yards. I was like, that he's never sniffing.
That didn't even happen to Kenny Pickett. That didn't even happen to Kenny Pickett. That's how bad it is.
Russell Wilson was so ready to get in the game. He was warming up before Jackson Dart was on the ground. I swear he just sensed that it was about to happen. He was already warming up just to warm up and throw it 15 yards behind the receiver and get booed off the field. And Jackson Dart, I thought it was an ankle injury that he went down for. No, it was concussion. And hey, Cam Scatterbo, Mr. CT himself, said he was good. Got back out there and won the game. Eagles looked terrible. They were my Super Bowl pick before the year, but they do not look good. Offense has been struggling, and I don't know where they go from here.
Logan, you got to do a column on this. I mean, what you just said, Al, do me a favor. Take this, splice that out like Logan's diatribe. Splice it out, right? Splice it out, and we're going to put that up on YouTube separately, and we're going to call it Logan Powell blasts Russell Wilson. Just put that up as a separate thing on YouTube, and then we're going to turn it into a column. We're going to put it on WVSportsNation.com. It's that good. So, Logan, thank you for doing that.
I got a lot of pent-up aggression from Russ being on the Steelers last year.
It's got to be pent-up aggression. All right, thank you, guys. We got to get to these games. Okay. Oh, my God. We're going to have so much fun today. Al, don't forget to put it up on YouTube and then send me the link. Denver at Jets. Denver is -6.5 in London. oh my God, I got to get up for this game. Like, is this one of these 9:30 stupid London games again? How long does this crap go on? Like, that's a whole nother like show that we can do. The whole thing is just annoyingly stupid. I didn't mind a game or two. Like, it was kind of, what's a novelty. But now it's like you get up on Sunday, like, I got to go to church. I only got the game on. I mean, come give me a break. I'm so sick of it.
It's all greed.
It's just stupid. Like, I was okay with 2 games a season. It was kind of different and fun. And it was at 9:30, and Jacksonville was always there, and it was kind of different. But now it's every single week, and it's just an annoyance beyond it's just stupid. But everything the NFL does, whatever. All they do is make money, and it is greed. Okay, Denver's minus 6.5. They don't score. I got to tell you guys, I bet the Jets last week. This team sucks. I mean, they are pathetic. I don't see them winning a game. Like, I bet them. I don't even remember what the line was. I can't even remember who they played. All I know is I bet the Jets, and I really thought they were going to come up with a good game, and they just this is a really bad football team, and I love their coach, but the guy can't coach. I mean, the whole thing was a debacle from start to finish. I mean, Denver doesn't score. I don't care. I can't bet the Jets again. I'm going with Denver minus the 6.5. Vince.
Yeah, well, Denver's the first team to expose the defending Super Bowl champs, right? Taking down the Eagles last week. And prior to that, we thought the Eagles, we were going to crown them back-to-back Super Bowl champs, right? Well, remember a couple of years ago where I think the Eagles made it to the Super Bowl. Following year, I think they started off 6-0, 7-0, and then they got into a stretch from the midway point of the season where I think they lost like 5 out of their next 6. This year sure resembles something in the future after getting beat by the Giants on Thursday night. And like I said, the Broncos were the first team to really expose the Eagles. I like Denver in this one a lot. 6.5 is a lot for an NFL game, but they're definitely a touchdown better than the lowly Jets.
It's Brendan Statler.
I don't think we need much analysis on this. I mean, Denver beat the defending champions last week. The Jets probably couldn't beat a local New Jersey high school, so I'm taking Denver. Easy pick in this one.
Logan.
Yeah, normally I wake up at 9:30. I sure as hell ain't going to wake up earlier to watch the New York Jets. They're terrible. They do nothing good. Denver, they haven't, I was really high on them beginning of the year, and they haven't really, lived up to that yet. But Bo Nix is starting to get things going. Yeah, give me the Broncos to cover. Doesn't matter. Jets such a terrible.
Lumsden.
Yeah, no, everybody's spot on. I like Denver minus 6.5. I really like Breece Hall over 28.5 receiving yards. Garrett Wilson's going to be locked up by Surtain all day. The Jets are obviously going to be behind. Hall's had 30-plus receiving yards in 4 of the 5 games, so I do think that's a good play.
You're on Godzilla Wins. And remember, if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER. And please bet responsibly. And this segment is brought to you by DraftKings. All you got to do is go to DraftKings.com, download their free app. Boom, you're good to go. Put in promo code Godzilla. Why do you put that in? Well, you bet $5, and you're going to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. What? Instant gratification. Bet 5, get 200, got 205 in your account. You can bet Lumpson's teams. You can fade me. You got all kinds of neat things to do. All you got to do is go to DraftKings.com, download their free app, their DraftKings Sportsbook app, put in $5, bet it, put in promo code Godzilla. When you put your $5 in, you're going to get $200 in bonus bets instantly, and you are good to go. Don't forget to do that. And please bet responsibly. And if you or someone you know has a gambling problem, 1-800-GAMBLER. Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Thank you. Okay, lots of other football to go. Arizona goes to Indianapolis. Colts are minus 6.5. Okay, guys. Obviously, I have to change on game day, and I have to bet Tennessee because I bet him every single week. Whatever. I actually want to bet. So even though I went on a rant last week, I've never seen a game in my life. It was like the Cardinals said, you know what? You guys, you're really a good bunch of guys, and your coach is really nice, and so we don't want you to go 0-17. So we play in a lousy division. We'll kind of give you this game. It's like, here's the win. Let's fumble the ball on the 1 yard line going in for a touchdown. Let's do that. Let's just start there. And how Arizona blows that game. They're up 21-3 in the second quarter. Game is another blowout. How Titans won this game was unbelievable. But Arizona now goes to Indy after that loss, -6.5. This is kind of a trap game, Vince. What do you think?
Well, it's two teams heading in opposite directions. We were kind of like very questionable about the Colts. They absolutely, and now granted, the Raiders aren't that good, obviously, but they dismantled the Raiders last week. I don't think the final score was even indicative of the difference between the two teams. And Arizona just seems like they're in free fall right now. And how do you not bet the Colts in this situation? They're at this stage in the season, the way both teams are heading in opposite directions. Newsflash, the Colts are at least a touchdown better than the Cardinals.
Statler.
Yeah, John, that game last week with the Cardinals and Titans, every time the Cardinals ran a play, I swear I heard the Benny Hill theme in the background. It was so ridiculous. This team is so terrible. They're really at the same level that the Raiders are, in my opinion. And we see what the Colts did last week to the Raiders. I don't think it's going to be much different today. The Colts easily 6.5 points. It's going to be a blowout.
Logan Powell.
Yeah, it's not even crazy to say anymore that Daniel Jones is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL now. And Arizona Cardinals, they just keep, failing. Kyler Murray, I don't know. He sucks. He has all the rest. He has all the ingredients to be a good quarterback, but he just can't put it all together. And last week their coach slapped the running back who fumbled at the before scoring. I think he might have lost the team now at that point. So there's no way I'm picking Arizona here.
Well, you're running in for a 72-yard touchdown, and the Titans are just terrible. You're up 21-3. The game is 1 foot from being 28-3. The game's over.
Game's over, yeah.
The game's over. You are 1 foot. All you got to do is run in the end zone. Before you get there, you throw your hands up, and you drop the ball. Now,
every year.
Oh my God! Why do guys do this, Vince?
Every year, at least one person does it. It's stupid.
And he drops the ball. And to the Titans' credit, the defender was chasing him, and they said after the game, because he was running full speed to get there, he wasn't going to tackle him. And they were like, "Well, why were you running full speed?" And he says, "Because we're taught to go 100%, 100% of the time, and who knows what's going to happen." So, for some reason, the Tennessee defender is sprinting down with him, can't catch him, and then he recovers the ball in the end zone. I mean, the game was 28-3, was over. Why do you throw your hands up? Just get in the end zone and have to hand the ball to the ref. Unbelievable. Yeah. I don't know. Crazy.
If that fumble doesn't happen, what's the line on this game? Probably Indy by 3.
3. Yeah.
Yeah, probably 3.5. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was 28-3. Then they had another play where they threw an interception on the 2-yard line. I mean, this game should have been 35-3 in the third quarter, which is, your typical Titans, they suck. So it should have been 35-3, and they come back and win the game with a guy that missed like 5 field goals in a row, who then the next day after he kicks the winning field goal gets cut. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, guys. Matthew, go ahead. Just give me your analysis here.
Yeah, no, everybody knows my disdain for Kyler Murray. I don't think we have enough time on the show for that. But, I mean, I think it's been summed up pretty well. Even if it is a trap game, it would still be like trapping me in a cage with John Jones. I mean, that's not going to end well. These teams are completely different weight classes. Colts -6.5 for sure. And then I really like Marvin Harrison, over 49.5 yards. I mean, they're going to be getting smoked. Kyler Murray might not play, which probably makes me even more confident in the play if Jacoby Brissett's thrown to him. But, I mean, I don't know how Marv doesn't get 50 yards in this game with a negative game script.
Blowout. Vince, you with us on this?
Yeah, absolutely. The Colts in a blowout.
We're all going with the Colts. All right, guys, thank you. Here's my best bet of the day. Chargers at Miami. Chargers -3.5. I'll start. Well, no, I tell you what. I'll start with Vince. Go ahead, Vince.
Yeah, the Chargers are a little bit of a funk right now. 2 in a row, I believe they've lost, and they really haven't looked good doing it. But they are playing the Miami Dolphins. And I think it's a week the Chargers get well, and they get well in a hurry. Chargers definitely cover this one. We talk about Arizona being a free fall now. Raiders are horrible. At least your Titans have a 1-game winning streak. But boy, Miami just does nothing for me. 2 weeks ago, they looked okay. And I think last week, I believe I had who I forget who even Miami played last week, but they got blown out. And you got to go Chargers in this one. I just don't have any confidence whatsoever in the Miami Dolphins.
Statler.
Yeah, I have to agree with Coach. I mean, the Dolphins are so bad. They were playing the Carolina Panthers last week, and Carolina is another terrible team. They were running away with this game, and they choked it away to lose to Carolina. I know the Chargers have been struggling recently, but they have not been struggling anywhere near as bad as the Miami Dolphins. Chargers are going to blow out the Dolphins.
Logan?
Yeah, at this point, I'm expecting the Miami Dolphins call it for me to play in their defensive back because I don't know who they have at cornerback. Everyone is injured, and they already were terrible. I might have to suit up for them. I mean, the Miami, they're bad. I mean, McDaniels is going to get fired. He's going to make a team really happy as an OC. But for the Chargers, this is a perfect game they need to get back on schedule. They're still a really good team. Had a little slip up. They'll come back this week, get a win, and move on. Give me the Chargers easily.
Matthew Lumsden.
No, I do think Miami's defense is terrible. Obviously, no Tyreek Hill, I think, is a blow to that offense. That being said, though, going cross-country, 1 o'clock start, Chargers are down 2-0 linemen. I think they should cover, but I'm personally not going to touch it. It's just I think it's ugly all the way around, and I don't really want to have any stake in this.
This is one of my best bets of the week. I love the Chargers. They're not going to lose three in a row. They got really caught in a bad spot with the Giants. They were up. Last week, they were up 10-0. They had a punt return block called back from a penalty. And if you look at their coach Harbaugh, he's 7-0 against the spread after losing two in a row in his career. It's a pretty good record. Chargers are not going to lose 3 in a row. They're certainly not going to lose to the Dolphins, who are really another franchise in disarray. With a coach that people I think are losing confidence in, just like the guy in Arizona. I mean, you guys brought up the fact a little bit earlier that, regardless of what happened to Arizona last week, the coach has got to protect your players. Okay. I mean, the guy made a dumb move. We talked about the young reliever for the Phillies earlier today that, threw the wrong base. And, the whole Phillies team hugged him. If people make mistakes, the call out for the coach was just not good. Would you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
Not good, right? Okay. It was a dumb move, but you know what? The game's over. It's just not good. It's just not helpful. And, you talk to him privately. You don't do it in the media. Just not helpful. I get the frustration. Having said that, Miami is just a bad football team. They're going nowhere. Their coach is embattled. Harbaugh's not going to lose three in a row. I like the Chargers minus the 3.5 there. That's my best bet of the day. New England at New Orleans. New England's minus 3.5. They come off a huge win last week over Buffalo in Buffalo. Maybe the hype is right. Maybe they are good. Maybe Vrabel is the greatest coach since the history of man. Maybe he's the next Lombardi. I don't know. They went into Buffalo, won that game. They're 6-7 point underdog, win the whole thing. Now they go to New Orleans. They're minus 3.5. I'm going to start. Saints won a game last week at home. Guess what? They're going to win 2 in a row. If you're serious about betting the NFL, let down. New England's not that good. I like their quarterback. They're not that good. They go to Buffalo. They win that game on a Monday night. Yay. Now they got to go to New Orleans, who just had a victory and a good victory, a good win. And place going to be packed. And maybe the Saints aren't that bad. It's the first game that Rattler's ever won, I think. His first professional game he's ever won.
Yep.
I think so. This is a letdown trap game. Everybody and their brother is going to be betting the Patriots except me. I love New Orleans. I think they're going to win the whole game. I'm going to take the 3.5. Matthew Lumsden.
Yeah, no, the Patriots, obviously, this is the one thing I cannot emotionally detach from. I'm fine with Clemson, fine with the Red Sox. My love for the Patriots, I can't do anything on either side. But I like where you're coming from. I do think that this is a letdown spot. I think Christian Gonzalez coming back makes the defense a completely different team, a different unit. I think that's shown the last 2 weeks. But, yeah, I can't do either side. I will confidently take Drake May over 232.5 again. I'm going to ride that one till the wheels fall off. But in terms of picking, I like what you said, but I'm not going to go on either.
Logan.
Yeah, the Saints, they fight hard. They might not be the best team, but they play hard. The Patriots are a better team though, but New Orleans is a good team at home. Screw it. Give me the Saints.
Brendan.
Man, I got to go with the Pats on this one. I mean, they just beat arguably the best team in the AFC. I mean, I'm very impressed with Drake May. I think this team's heading in the right direction. I think they're going to be very good in the near future. Give me the Pats.
Let's go with the old ball coach.
You know, you guys talk about letdown game for the Patriots, letdown game for New England. What about a letdown game for the Saints getting their first win of the year? You can spin it that way too, right? Patriots are going to win this game, and they're
Come on, they're at home. They didn't beat Buffalo on a Monday night. Come on, man! In Buffalo, they beat.
They beat Tulane. They beat Tulane University.
Never mind. I changed my pick. Patriots. I changed my pick.
Who'd they beat last week? I bet them. I can't remember who they beat.
Yeah, they played the Giants. The Giants didn't do anything impressive until last Thursday night.
Yeah, I changed my pick. Patriots going to win.
I love New England. I mean, I'm sorry. I love the Saints here, plus a 3.5. They're going to win the whole game. Okay. Ooh, let's go. Let's go, fellas. Brownies. Why do they still have Shador Sanders on this team? I mean, he's just a distraction. Now he's not even the backup. He's on the roster to get the backup quarterback after they trade Flacco. They bring a guy up from the practice squad. Like, why are you on the run? Like, why don't they just get rid of him? It's just a distraction. Everything about Cleveland is just a mess. It's always a mess. Now, you're going to go to Pittsburgh. You guys stop banging on my coach. Stop banging on him. First of all, he wears the biggest crucifix this side of Deion Sanders. Therefore, I love Tomlin. And Tomlin's had 2 weeks here to prepare for Cleveland. Come on, guys. Pittsburgh's at home. 5.5. Let's go. No, 6.5. It went up to 6.5. They got a new quarterback. I'm going with Pittsburgh minus 6.5. Let's go to the Steelers fans here. Statler.
John, I like the Steelers in this game, but this game is going to be close. It does not matter how good the Steelers are or how bad the Browns are. The Browns always play us very tough. So this game is going to come down to the wire. I'm actually picking Cleveland to cover, but Pittsburgh to win. I could see it right now. I'll give you a little preview into what my Sunday is going to be watching Steelers game. They're going to be up by 4 points. Cleveland's going to get the ball in the last 2 minutes, drive down the field. I'm going to be 7 Iron City beers deep, yelling at my TV before we get a stop on 4th down and win the game. That's how it's going to go.
Logan.
Yeah, Cleveland and Pittsburgh, they always play each other close for some reason. Cleveland does not do very well in Pittsburgh. They do not have a good all-time record whatsoever. Pittsburgh's a better team, 6.5-point spread. I do not like that. I think Cleveland's going to cover, like Brennan said, but give me the Steelers to win outright.
All right, let's go to Matthew.
Yeah, Mike Tomlin, 2 weeks to prepare for a rookie quarterback that he played fine last week, but they can't push the ball downfield. That was evident. They fall behind. I think they're toast. They got to rely on Judkins. Jalen Ramsey was a full participant yesterday. I mean, Mike Tomlin in that defense against a rookie. Give me the 6.5 all day.
Vince.
I like Cleveland's defense, and I think they keep it within 6.5. And you know what? He wasn't flashy, but I like the way Dylan Gabriel looked last week. I mean, you call it whatever, a game manager, whatever you want to term it. I don't think they're going to put him in a situation where he has to throw the ball 35 times. If he can throw the ball, anywhere from 20 to maybe maximum 25 times, and just little short routes, I think we're going to be fine. My money's on Cleveland to cover, and oh man, I hate to say this, Steeler guy. I think this is a possibility that Cleveland could roll in and actually win it outright. I hate to say it. I love A-Rod, but I'm going Browns in this one.
Please,
God. You guys are all like ridiculous. I mean, I love my panel, but this has got to be the most ridiculous analysis I've ever seen. If either you guys believe in your team or you don't, like, oh, they're not going to cover the Cleveland. They play them tough. They suck. You guys are going to win this game by 3 touchdowns, lay the 6.5, steel curtain, baby. Aaron Rodgers is going to go crazy. They're just a better football team. Cleveland is in disarray. And as long as they got Shedeur Sanders, pouting on the sidelines, this team is in disarray. I love the Steelers. I love Mike Tomlin. I don't care what you got. I'm not a Steelers fan, but I love your coach. I just love that guy. So
you can have him. You can have him.
I say you can have him. We'll give him to you.
I would take him. If the Titans hired him and gave him a 10-year contract and a percentage of the team, I'd be popping the champagne. I love Tomlin. Why are you guys always banging on him?
With Tomlin, you might get one playoff win every 12 years. Obama was in office the last time we won a playoff game.
You guys are so bad. I mean, come on. I love the Steelers to -6.5. Oh God. All right, here's another one. These are some fun games this weekend. I'm gonna have fun this weekend. Okay. Enough of politics, right? I think Trump's going to Egypt. So I think the plane ride's got to be 12 hours. So at least you get that time off. They'll probably have a gaggle on the plane. Let's get to Dallas at Carolina. Dallas -3.5 in Charlotte. Okay, guys, this is gonna make your heads explode. Okay, I love the Panthers here to win this game outright. Now I'm gonna take the 3.5 because I don't bet money line if it's an underdog because I always take the wood. But Carolina's getting better. Bryce Young finally looking like maybe he's decent, not great. Maybe he's decent. They got a good defense. And, Dallas up 1 week, down 1 week. Who the hell knows? I like Carolina at home. I like the Cats +3.5. Vince Mayako.
Well, now with the Eagles on a 2-game losing streak, I think the Cowboys look at this going, we got a shot in this division now. We really do.
So the Giants.
Well, yeah, exactly. And so are the Commanders, right? And who would have thought that, 3 weeks ago?
Right.
If Dallas is a serious contender for the NFC East, they have to go to Carolina and win this one. So with that said, how about those Cowboys?
Logan Powell.
Yeah, Cowboys have a really good offense, and Dak Prescott might be the MVP when it's all said and done. He's played out of his mind. Carolina does play really good at home, though. But with that being said, I just think Dallas is going to have too much on offense I think they're going to win this game.
Mr. Matthew Lumsden.
I don't think either team knows if they're any good. You never know what you're going to get with them. But if there's one thing that we do know, neither one can stop anything. So I'm going to take the over 47.5. I like both offenses to score. I really like Ted McMillan over 69.5 yards. That Cowboys secondary just refuses to stop receivers. And if you watch the Panthers, Bryce Young just drops back, finds the 6'5" Polynesian dude, and lets it rip. So I'm all for the over, and I like the Ted McMillan over.
Brendan Statler.
John, I see you still haven't learned your lesson from last week. Last week you picked the New York Jets to beat the Dallas Cowboys, and they rolled into the Meadowlands and completely embarrassed them. Guess what? It's going to be the same story this week in Charlotte. The Cowboys are going to come in and completely steamroll the Panthers.
Well, I guess we're going to find out, right? Obviously I'm not high on Dallas. I don't like a lot of things about their team. And I watched that Carolina game last week, and I bet them over whoever they beat. They beat somebody in the final minute. These games run into me, but I did bet Carolina. They did win that game. I like them at home, and I thought Bryce Young finally won a game. You know what I'm saying? After all these years, he finally won a game in the final minute. And so I like the Cats. I'm going to stay with them. So I'm the only one going on the Cats. Okay, let's get to Seattle at Jacksonville. Seattle -1.5. Jacksonville, big win last week over the Chiefs. Everything is topsy turvy. All of a sudden, Jacksonville, what are they? 3-1, 4-1, or something? So Jacksonville's right there. And Seattle win 1 week, lose 1 week. They go on the road. They go all the way to Jacksonville. I mean, it's like flying from Seattle to Jacksonville is like you might as well go to Moscow. It's like a 15-hour flight. You can't get there from there. So I think they leave at 10, get there at like 6 the next day. Seattle's -1.5 at Jacksonville. Jacksonville's 4-1. Vince.
It's really odd. I think Seattle actually travels well. Earlier this year they went to Pittsburgh and got a big win, and took down the Steelers. Talking letdown games. I mean, this has a letdown game written all over it, right? Jacksonville with a big Monday night win against the Chiefs. I think Seattle goes to Jacksonville and wins this game outright.
Brendan?
Normally I would agree, but man, I'm very impressed with the Jaguars after that Kansas City win. I think they're going to continue that momentum. I've been disrespecting the Jaguars all year. I don't think I could do it anymore after they, did all of us a favor and took down the Chiefs last week. So I'm rolling with Jacksonville here.
All right, let's go to Logan.
Yeah, this is going to be a really good game. The Jaguars, I don't know if they're evident of their record, but the great Bill Parcells did say, you are what your record says. And they're 4-1, good team, really good defense. But Seattle also has a really good defense, and I think that their defense is going to be able to stop Trevor Lawrence and company better than Jacksonville's defense. So give me the Seattle here.
Matthew Lumsden.
Yeah, no, these are two teams that I both think are ridiculously overachieving compared to what I expected. But no, I like what you're saying, John. Cross country, 1 o'clock start. Seattle's going to be down their top 2 corners and a safety. I'd lean Jacksonville, but I really like Brian Thomas Jr. to get to 60 yards. So that's the only thing I'm playing in this one.
So there's a difference between flying to Pittsburgh, which is Western Pennsylvania, and flying to Jacksonville, which is like the other end of the hemisphere. If you're in Seattle, I love Jacksonville here. I mean, why not? Right? Why not? I mean, they took Kansas City apart last week. They just keep winning games. So I'm going to go with Jacksonville. I'm going to take the 1.5. This segment brought to you by my good friends at Rosie's Gaming. Go to rosiesgaming.com. Now, October, today's the 11th. It's all about horsepower at Rosie's Gaming Emporium in Rich Vegas. All month long, Saturday qualifier drawings put you in the fast lane to win. Now, what are you going to win? Well, October 25th, one lucky guest will take a victory lap in a brand new, you ready? 2025 Dodge Charger. Fast Track Rewards members earn entries daily with 10 times entry every Wednesday. Got to go on Wednesday to Rosie to accelerate your chances. Rosie's in Richmond, home of the largest jackpots in Virginia, largest payouts. Are you ready to roll? Must be 21 or older. Problem gambling? Call their Virginia Gambling Helpline, 888-532-3500. You can do that. October, all about horsepower at Rosie's Gaming Emporium. 2025 Dodge Charger giveaway. For more information, go to rosiegaming.com. That's rosiesgaming.com. Win that Charger. Rev your engines. Okay, Rams go to Baltimore. Oh, my God. The Ravens aren't even going to make the playoffs. Rams go there.
It makes us all so happy.
Rams, get this. Rams go to Baltimore, and you got to lay 7.5. You lay 7.5. And it's what time is this game? It's a 12 o'clock game. Woo, let's fly another 9 hours and be a 7.5 point favorite against the Ravens, who are not even going to make a wild card. Matthew.
Yeah, no, this one, I got real excited for a Puka Nacua prop. And then I started thinking to myself, I was like, this could be a 35-point game at the half. So I think we're going to avoid that one and just go simple and take the Rams -7.
What's going on here? I mean, they have a couple injuries, and the team is just you look at the game last week. Oh my God,
they can't stop anything at all.
They had a couple injuries. It's not like the entire defensive team has got COVID. and they had to bring up the practice squad. They got a few guys out. What the hell is going on with them, Logan Powell?
Yeah, the defense is just terrible. I mean, they have a lot of bad injuries. I think Marlon Humphrey's out, Roquan Smith, Kyle Hamilton's out. I can't pronounce the name, but they're really good defensive tackles out. They have a lot of really, yeah. He's got a weird name. Could not even come close to sounding that out. But and then Lamar Jackson's out as well, which also hurts. I think Cooper Rush is playing, so you know what you can get out of that. But yeah, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. Honestly, I mean, unless Lamar comes back and can be a lot better, then that's going to have to be a different story. But yeah, I think the Rams are easily going to cover this game. Baltimore's not going to be able to stop them.
Vince?
Boy, everything tells you Rams in this one, right? Tough loss against a interdivision rival, 49ers, coming off of a mini bye. Last time they played was last Thursday. Baltimore looked absolutely atrocious, but it is the NFL. And on any given Sunday, and you're getting 7.5, I'm taking the Ravens in this one.
Brendan?
Blowout City incoming again. No Lamar Jackson. We saw what Cooper Rush did with them last week, which was absolutely nothing. Their defense is soft. Rams win in a blowout, and it's going to be so glorious to see once again.
You got to – I'm laying the 7.5 with the Rams. I mean, you just can't bet this team. After last week, oh, my God, that was just an embarrassment for Harbaugh at home. I mean, what a joke. Something's wrong. The wheels have come off. They're not going to make the playoffs. They might not win another game until all their players get back, so I'm going to go with the Rams. Okay, here's my favorite game on the card, 4 o'clock. Let's go. Titans win a game, even though the Cardinals handed it to them. We do have a W. I like Cam Ward. So Cam Ward throws for 199 yards in the fourth quarter. It's more yards than he's thrown in like the last 3 games. He throws in one quarter. He looked really good. Gives you something to be excited about. They, even though the kicker gets the winning kick, they cut him. Brian Callahan is not a head coach in the NFL. He should be, offensive coordinator for the Iowa State or something. He's just not an NFL coach. Nice enough guy. All the Titans are nice guys. Like the whole thing in the Titans is, we're really nice guys. Hey, in the words of Leo DeRocher, guess what? Nice guys finish last, right? That's what DeRocher said. He's right. So they go to Vegas. I'm taking the Titans plus 3.5. I think they got a shot to win this game. Why not? Raiders suck too. 2 teams that suck. I'm going to go with my team and take the 3.5. Coach Vince.
Yeah, I'm going to dub this game the Toilet Bowl. That's what I'm calling it.
Who's your pick?
I think I'm going Raiders in this one just because it's in Vegas. Not that Vegas is a home field advantage more of a home field advantage for the opposing team. But I don't think Tennessee's going to travel well for this one. I don't know. I could be wrong. But Raiders in this one.
They haven't come back. They've been they're on a 3-game road West Coast thing, and so they're still out there. Like they never left Arizona, which was pretty smart. Just stay there. Yeah. Get a practice facility. It doesn't matter. You guys suck anyhow. Save the plane fare. Statler.
The Raiders are so bad right now. I'm actually going to pick the Titans, John.
Let's go.
I mean, that is how bad the Raiders look. I mean, you see the frustration from Geno Smith, as much as I hate to say it, former West Virginia quarterback. He has lost complete control of this offense. He has no answers. This team is completely checked out. Give me the Titans.
Powell. Logan.
Yeah, the real loser is whoever's forced to watch this game on 4 o'clock.
Right.
You guys are so mean to my team.
This is going to be a bad game, but give me the Raiders at home. Hopefully Geno doesn't throw 3 picks again. Jesus, it's hard to watch them.
Look, Matthew, everybody's banging on my team, and they suck. But you got to say Cam Ward does look like he could be really good. There's flashes of this guy where it's very encouraging. I mean, he keeps his cool. He stays in the pocket. Now he's trying to find guys. He can scramble, but it looks like he's scrambling the pass, not scrambling to run, which is very different than, say, the Caleb Williams. What do you think here, Matthew?
No, I've been a big Cam Ward fan. I mean, dude's got swag. He's got the right attitude. I think he's a great leader. Toilet bowl, I think, was hands down the best description of this game. I certainly will not be watching. I probably won't even watch the little 30-second game recap. If I'm forced to pick, I mean, it's Pete Carroll versus essentially a head coachless team. So I guess I'll go with the Raiders. But, I mean, take that with a grain of salt. I think it's just
Your head coachless team. I mean, Callahan he's just not a head coach. I mean, even
they're better off to be head coachless, in my opinion.
Even his press conferences are stupid.
He doesn't even know the rules.
He doesn't even know the rules. I mean, how this guy is the head coach. I mean, Amy has just got to. It's got to be an overhaul. You have a quarterback. You needed a quarterback. Now you got one. Figure it out. Let's get somebody in there. Here's my pick. Let's get Rich Rod. I'd call Amy up and say, Amy, hey, 1-800 West Virginia University. Let's get Rich Rod. He doesn't want to be there anyway. He's got all transfer portal. He's not going to win any games. Let's get Rich Rod to come to Nashville.
Absolutely not.
Go save Bill Belichick from UNC.
Yeah, you guys could have Belichick there.
Oh my God, what a fiasco that is! Hopefully we have time. We'll get to that at the end. We got to get to the Belichick. We got to get to what was it? The college football allowing college players and administrators to gamble on pro ball. I mean, what are you doing? But that's for if we have time. Bengals at Packers. Packers minus 15. Vince.
Yeah, I think Packers roll in this one. They're going to win by 3 touchdowns or more.
Brendan.
The AFC North continues to crumble. Go Green Bay.
Logan.
Yep, Green Bay. Bengals can't stop anything.
Matthew.
I'm on the other side. I think Joe Flacco makes this offense. I don't know if competence is the right word, but I think a backdoor cover's in play at 14.5. I like the Bengals.
With Joe Flacco.
Yeah, I do like Chase Brown and Mike Gesicki's overs as well.
All right, I can't bet the Bengals. Sorry, I'm going with the Packers. I can't bet the Bengals. All right, this is one of the best games on the card. There's a couple really good ones. It's afternoon game. This is San Francisco at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is very tough at home, but minus 3.5 is scary because they don't blow anybody out. Like every game that Tampa Bay wins is on the final play, right? Somebody kicks a field goal or Baker Mayfield runs it in and they're down by 5. They win by 1 or something. I mean, 3.5's a lot. And here's the thing about San Francisco. They're flying across the country, but it's an afternoon game, so that's fine. But the thing is, you keep betting against the Niners, they keep winning. Go figure. Vince.
Yeah. I don't know. I know with all the 49er injuries, I'm not aware. I guess I should be following my brother on X right now to get updates. But they're going to get healthy. And the one thing you mentioned about how everything is close with the Buccaneers, every game's close with the 49ers too. It's a 1-score game. So with that said, 3.5 is awfully tempting, isn't it? So I'm going to go 49ers getting the 3.5.
I'm with Vince. I'm done betting against San Francisco. I keep betting against them. I keep being told half the team is out. I keep being told McCaffrey's not going to play. He plays, and then he runs for and passes for 200 yards and wins games. I'm like done betting against San Francisco. I'm done with that. You can't lay anything on Tampa because they're going to win the game by 2, like they always do in the final 8 seconds. No shot. I'm taking San Francisco plus the 3.5. Logan.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good game. 2 really good teams. San Francisco, even though they've been hurt, they've just been winning games somehow, and I think it's a testament to their coaching. Tampa Bay is a good team. It's close. Give me San Francisco to cover, but I think Buccaneers are gonna win outright.
Matthew.
Yeah, no, I'm with all you guys. I'm definitely going to wait till tomorrow. You don't know what's going on in San Francisco. Everybody's limited. The injury report is a disaster. Assuming Mac Jones plays, Kendrick Bourne, all the same guys as last week, I will take San Francisco plus 3.5. But definitely, I would advise waiting to tomorrow just to make sure you see.
Yeah, that's a good call right there.
And both these teams are so good; it's really hard to make a pick. I'm going to pick the Niners. I think they're a slightly better team, but damn, it's going to be close.
Here's the scary thing about playing the Niners. What are you going to do on week 12 when all their players are back. I mean, they're winning games with half a team. When they get healthy, I mean, this is a juggernaut. So you're looking with the Eagles losing, and you're looking at the Rams. Who knows from week to week? This team, like if they got to the NFC Championship, I wouldn't be surprised. So
and John Lynch, general manager, is looking for an edge rusher, and there are going to be edge rushers available. And I know of one that happens to play edge rusher for the Cincinnati Bengals that I think could be done.
Well,
Thibodeau at with the Giants is a possibility, even though the Giants.
And here's the difference: when you have an A+ GM in John Lynch, and you got an A+ coach in Shanahan. I mean, that's a combo to be successful. When you juxtapose out to the Titans, you got a GM with no experience, shouldn't be there, and you got a head coach who doesn't even know the freaking rules. I mean, you just got no shot at building a franchise. That's why, San Francisco, they're always there. Okay. Did I leave anybody out? We good here?
I think we're good.
Detroit at Kansas City -2.5.
It's ridiculous.
Wow. Sunday
That is
night game.
ridiculous.
Jesus. Let's go to Brandon.
That is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, the Lions are 4-1. Kansas City is 2-3. How is Kansas City the favorite? And they wonder why we always say the NFL is biased towards the Chiefs. The Chiefs are the only 2-3 team that would ever be favored over a 4-1 team. Give me the Lions. I hope they blow this game completely open. I hope that they run away with this game.
Matthew?
I'm on the flip side. I don't see why the Chiefs are favored, but Detroit's down its top 3 corners. They're down a safety. Kansas City's rolling through the air. I trust their defense to hold up enough to prevent them from falling to 2-4.
Logan?
Yeah, I think the Chiefs are going to go 2-4. I think Detroit's a really good team, so I'm picking the Lions here.
Vince?
Boy, I think Detroit's might be the best team in the league. I really do. They're rolling. And you know what? Jared Goff is a candidate for MVP right now at this stage of the season. Now, we'll see what develops over the next few months, but I just don't see any way that the Lions – this is a marquee matchup. This one the Lions have had circled on their calendar. And I think the Lions go to Kansas City and dismantle the Chiefs.
I'm going with Matthew. They're not going to go 2-4. They're not going to lose another game at home. Detroit has problems defensively with injuries. We saw how it hurt the Ravens, and this is really set up for. This is the best opportunity that Kansas City has to beat the Lions at home. That's why they're -2.5. I'm going to go with Kansas City, so I'm on the opposite side. Okay, Monday night, baby. The Bills, after getting trounced at home, now they get on an airplane, they fly to Atlanta. Now, I cannot for the life of me figure out that. I like Atlanta. I like the Falcons. I like the Dirty Birds. I like what their defensive coaches put together. But you can't figure this team out. I mean, they win a game, then they get blown out by Carolina, then they win a game. Who the hell knows what Atlanta is? I have no idea whatsoever. Buffalo at Atlanta, but Buffalo -4.5. Let's start with Vince.
Atlanta is much better than I think we all will admit, right? When at the beginning of the year.
Yes.
But I just don't see Josh Allen and the Bills losing 2 in a row.
Right.
4.5's a lot to give up going on the road, but I think the Bills win and cover in this one.
Statler?
I agree. I think the Bills win this one pretty easily, actually.
Logan Powell?
Yep, Bills, arguably the best team in the league, right there with the Lions. Give me the Bills.
Matthew?
Yeah, it comes down to Michael Penix versus Josh Allen. I feel like that's pretty clear cut. I'm going to roll with the Bills, and I like Allen over 33.5 rushing yards. I think he's going to put the team on his back and refuse to lose 2 in a row prime time.
I would have liked Atlanta if Buffalo won their home game. I think they're pissed. I think they got embarrassed at home on a nationally televised game when everybody thought how great they are. I think they go to Atlanta and it's going to be a beat down. I like Atlanta, but it's like a box of chocolates from week to week. You put your hand in there. Who the hell knows what you're going to get? Can't bet them. I just can't bet them. They have no consistency, So I'm going to go with Buffalo here, not to lose 2 in a row. Okay, here's my best bet of the week. Let's roll. Best bet of the week coming up Monday, 10:15 p.m. or whatever time it is. Chicago Bears go to Washington. Jalen Daniels is back. Washington is -4.5. We got 3 minutes to the end of this show. I'll start. I love Washington in this game. I love Washington. I think they're one of the better teams in the NFL. They haven't shown it. I think they will. And Chicago, smoke and mirrors. Washington is a complete team. I love the Commanders here, or the Redskins, whatever you want to call them. Ant still calls them the Redskins, so I'll go with that. I love the Redskins. I'm going to lay the 4.5. And I think Jalen Daniels, I think he's going to have a great game. It's going to be a fun game to watch. And I'm going to take a nap so I can stay up to watch it and still get up at 4 a.m. the next day. That's how much I love Washington. Let's go to Logan Powell.
Yeah, Washington's a really good football team. They're fun to watch, too. They have a rookie running back. Crazy name as well, but they just call him Bo, I'm pretty sure is what my roommate says. He's a Redskins fan, or Commanders fan, sorry. Really fun team to watch. Defense, is shaky at times, but Chicago, they're also shaky as a whole. So for a Monday night game with Jalen Daniels back, I got Washington covering.
Matthew.
Yeah, no, you told us last week that we were disrespecting Washington. You were clearly spot on. I don't think much of the Bears. I think Washington rolls. And then if you want to just do something for entertainment, Jaden Daniels and Krosky Merritt to combine for 125 rushing yards against this absolute wet paper bag of a run defense is plus 122 on DraftKings. So I also dabbled in that one.
Let's go Washington. And by the way, they're moving back to the district where I live. So I should become I should get tickets or something, right? I'm not sure when the council just voted on the stadium. Trump says, though, they got to change the name to the Redskins or he's not going to give them the land.
That's the only proper name.
Power move.
That's what Trump said. He said that to me in the Oval Office live. It went viral. He said, yeah, well, I have to sign the lease. It's a federal land. You got to change the name of the Redskins back or I'm not doing it.
I love it.
Let's go to Brendan Statler.
Yeah, I mean, the Redskins, and that's what we're going to continue to call them, rolled into Los Angeles last week and ran all over the LA Chargers. Chargers are a much better team than the Chicago Bears, and then again, most junior college football teams are. So the Redskins win this one very easily. Okay.
Coach Vince, final word, babe.
One of my best bets of the week, the other one being Indy.
Yep.
Redskins. I'm going to go Redskins. Washington Redskins. Okay. They're going to lay a beat down on the Bears. And there you go.
I got
the Redskins representing the safest city in America, right?
That's where I live. Safest city in America. All right. We got 50 seconds. Got to go rapid fire. 2 best bets. I'll start. Redskins, Packers. Vince.
Redskins, Colts.
Brendan.
Steelers and the Cowboys.
Logan.
Yeah, go ahead and give me the Steelers and give me Detroit.
Matthew.
I want to say Redskins, Colts, but I can't copy Coach, so I guess I'll go Brian Thomas, 60 yards, and then we'll go Marvin Harrison, 50 yards.
Bingo. Guys, want to thank everybody for being with us. You have been on Godzilla Wins. Remember, bet responsibly, bet only what you can lose. And if you or anyone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. That's it for Godzilla Wins. Let's go. Good luck. We'll see you next week.